As always, we start on paper. Started by making a handful of thumbnails that were about the same dimension as the window I was going to be painting. Got them all scanned into the printer, blew them up on the iPad Pro, printed them back out, threw transfer paper on there, re-sketched it, only to scan it and throw it right back into the iPad Pro to clean everything up and make it look as close to the final as I possibly could for the client, before sending it over to see if they have any revisions or if they're cool with it. Well, fortunately for me, I really love fall, so drawing this stuff was super fun for me. Came kind of naturally, but one thing I didn't really consider was just how young the kids are that I was drawing this for. While these faces are, kid friendly to a certain degree, they also still might be scary for some of the younger ones. And that's something I didn't even consider. So I did end up having to change this up just a little bit, but it was kind of a blessing in disguise because now I can draw things that are a little more kid friendly without second guessing myself. And that's kind of a nice skill to have. I am doing all this on the 11-inch iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil Pro. Got a couple grips that were super cheap on Amazon, helps my hand not fatigue as fast, and I am using Procreate. I have been messing with Adobe Fresco, but still a Procreate guy for the moment, and maybe one day it'll change, but not today. Okay, so for today's mural, we're gonna be trying out the MetaQuest 3 because I don't feel like using my projector anymore. It doesn't work very well. I guess I'm playing a game still. I don't know how to turn these off. Okay, so I figured that out. Bring these with me. I got the Stencil VR app. So I'm going to transfer my stencil via the Stencil VR app, put it up on the glass, and then we'll paint over that. So this should hopefully save me like an hour setting up that projector, getting everything situated, making sure that everything was lined up, that everything was good on my laptop, iPad, whatever I was bringing at the time. It was a pain in the butt. So this, tried it out last night. It is significantly easier. It took me like maybe 10 minutes for the whole thing. But I got a pretty small version up in the window here. And we were able to try that out yesterday. So we're feeling pretty confident. We are on our way out to Rayito del Sol currently. We're gonna go paint a little fall mural with some pumpkins and some leaves and some trees and some apples. It's just like a fun little kid painting, which I'm really excited for. I tried to keep my colors fairly in line, not only just because it will complement itself towards the fall scene, but it also help it go a little bit quicker, I think, too. And we should be able to get in and get out and still have a little bit of time to run these errands. Yeah, we're gonna go do this. We're gonna go get things done. Peace. Well, first things first, I had to get rid of the old painting. So that's where I started. To take these paintings off, I just use a paint scraper. Comes off pretty easily, and then afterwards, I give the windows a nice good cleaning to make sure that they're prepared to get painted on. So after getting everything removed, prepped, taped, cleaned, all that goods, I hopped over into Stencil VR on the headset, and I just tried to pop it onto the window. I was a little concerned because it's kind of transparent that I'm putting it on and not a piece of wood like I tried in the garage. So I wasn't sure how that was going to work, but since it has such fine-tuning capabilities, it was pretty smooth. And I ran into a little hiccup at the beginning, but after I readjusted everything, it was smooth sailing from there. In this app, you can rotate on all three axes. You can scale up, you could scale down. You can adjust the depth very easily with some of the controllers instead of just having to do it by hand. It's actually able to get really pretty much exactly where you want it, and it's pretty nice. Go! I pretty much started sweating the second I started painting this. The vestibule I was in was crazy hot today, so my paint was actually really thin, meaning it took forever to dry. But it got me thinking that maybe in the future for projects of this size, I should just bring my acrylics. They work a little bit better in less favorable conditions, and I really don't have to bring that many supplies, especially in comparison to what I bring. This is only like a tenth maybe of what I bring, and this is still kind of a lot of paint. While I do love this painterly look, I also really like outlines. So I went in there with a Posca marker for the thick outlines and a Molotow marker for the thinner outlines before signing my name at the bottom and calling it a wrap. And before I show you the final shots, I got a tape pull and a new tool to share with you. Well, we got the mural done today at Rayito del Sol. They said that they will be seeing me next season. And because of that, I ended up going and getting this ladder today. So I now have this foldable, extendable ladder, which I'm gonna need for tomorrow's project at Social Butterfly Coffee in Joliet. So pretty excited about that. It's always cool getting a new tool, a little upgrade for the business. Even though it's just for work, it still feels cool for some reason. I like getting new stuff. So I got pretty much everything unpacked, paints put away. My art switched out at the gallery, so I got some new pieces in there, which is good because I'm pretty sure I got an email about that and I'm just a little behind on my emails. So we changed out some art in there based on the actual audience that comes in there. So I'm pretty excited for that. Otherwise, that's pretty much all I got. I'm gonna start getting everything packed up and getting inside so I could shower and get ready for tomorrow.